And I know that all my Punjabi women that are not married yet, that have been on the planet for a while, are going to resonate with this. So just bear with me on this story. So I'm randomly going to a wedding super last minute. And for those of you who have been following me for a while know that I'm half Punjabi. And so it's an Indian wedding. I love Indian weddings. They're just filled with the best food, the colors, the energy, the tradition. I'm obsessed with the tradition of, you know, the groom side has certain things that they have to do. The bride side has certain things that they have to do. There's like these ancient, like hundreds of years of, thousands of years of traditions that I just love like seeing being played out. So I'm on my way to this wedding, and this is what's crazy. So anytime I'm like around these type of events, because I've been on the planet for a while, I get the looks. Well, number one, I'm half black and half Punjabi, so I already get, my entire life I've just been conditioned to like I'm used to odd looks. Like, you don't really know what they're thinking. Sometimes it's been told to me that it's positive, sometimes it's been told to me that it's negative, but I've just been used to getting these like odd, confused stares. It's a very rare mix. And so anyways, I'm on my way to this Punjabi event, and every time I have to prepare myself, because I always get asked, why am I not married? From the BBs, and just from the uncles, and just from people in general. And anyone that is a woman that is Punjabi and has been on the planet for a while understands this. And there's just really not a good answer, because if you're like me, most women would love to be married, happy to be married, like excited for God to shower down the abundance of that experience of having a husband, right? So I usually say my go-to answer is I'm on God's time, because I literally am. Like, it's not like a fluff answer. It's not so she's just gonna say that just to like get us up. Like, I literally am on God's time, because, or sometimes I want to say like, well, you know, why don't you ask God and like let me know, right? Because I get, you know, if it was my choice, I would be married. I am excited to be married one day. But I just think it's funny, especially if you're Indian, especially if you're Punjabi, it is just like taboo to like not be married after a certain age. Frowned upon, something must be wrong with you, what's going on. There's just a lot of gossip. And then I'm also half black. So just like you throw that on there, right? Like you throw that extra sauce on it. So it's just a very, very odd thing that I have to go through. And I didn't have to go through this, you know, 10, 15 years ago, right? So this is a very new, no, I'm not gonna say it's new now. I didn't have to start experiencing this until my sisters, both that are younger than me, got married. And which is beautiful. Blessing is their time. I love it. So people are like looking at me like, well, what the hell's wrong with her, you know? And so I would like to believe that there's nothing wrong with me, but I'm just on God's time. And there's just things that the beauty of life is unfolding while I'm still a single person. You know, I'm still growing, I'm still flowing, I'm still glowing, I'm still radiating, I'm still learning, I'm still, you know, doing all those things. And when you're married, that doesn't really end either, right? Like you're still on a growth journey. It doesn't end. So, and then some of the typical comments are like, oh, well, you know, you know, God must want you to like, you know, still clear some things out. And that could definitely be the case. But also how I see it is like, there's also a lot of beautiful things that you can accomplish and do while you're single that you literally can't do when you're in a relationship. Now, granted, I am ready to be married. Like, I'm just throwing that out there, but it's not always a punishment. Like, I don't know who's supposed to hear this, but if you are a girl and if you're not Punjabi, but someone is going through this, like, cause you have a culture that's the same way too, where it's like by a certain age, you should already be married. I'm here to tell you that God may want you to experience some things as a single person that are good, that are not a punishment, that are like, hey, look, you get to be selfish right now. Like, you get to experience this manifestation, or you get to experience this blessing, and it's just 100% for you, right? Like, you get to grow and flow and build while you're still single. And it's not a punishment. It doesn't mean that you did something in a past life, or, whatever. It's just, this is what it is. And people don't like to hear that either. It's almost like what's interesting is it's almost like people want you to be like, do the woe is me, like, oh my God, like my life is over, like what did I do? And it's like, if I had to predict, like, I would have assumed that I would have been married. I would have assumed, like, 19-year-old Sienna would have just assumed that she would be married by now. I will say that I did do a complete focused journey with my grandma on her journey with very, very severe dementia, which ultimately took her life. And that journey it ended last year. So I wasn't able to pour into a man, or like if there was a candidate, like if God had placed someone in my life, or maybe the ones that God did place in my life, they just weren't the ones. And I wasn't in a position to really pour into a man the way that a man deserves and should be poured into, because I was just pouring all my life force energy into my grandma. So that could probably be the case where God's like, I need you to go on this journey with your grandma. Who knows, right? But all I know is that I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer about it. Like, you can, like, if you're someone that is going through that journey of getting constantly ridiculed in the Punjabi community or Indian community, you have the ability to transmute that into power. Like, yeah, the comments are going to be there. If anything, they're going to actually exercise your power to just still stand in your own power. They're just tests, right? So in my mind, why there's no point, like, to me it's like whack. It's a leech on my life force energy. It sucks on my radiance, it sucks on my creativity, it sucks on all that, to be in the woe is me, or this is a punishment. Like, you are not being punished by God because you're not married yet. And so, yes, I was born in America. Yes, I am half black, so I do have I do have a different framework on that. But again, I do love marriage, and I do want to be married, and all of that. But for whatever reason, God hasn't put that experience in my life yet, and I'm still thriving in so many other areas. I'm able to be there for family that I wouldn't be able to be there for family like I am right now during this season if I had a husband and my own children, right? So, like, there's just I can go down the list of, like, I focus on the things that are positive, right? Of course, holiday season, you see all the the beautiful families, and the just kind of like the super cute pictures of, like, the matching outfits, and just like the whole beauty of, like, it is very family. Like, the holiday season is really designed around the family, and I still have a family that I can enjoy and thrive and be in the beauty of the holiday season without a husband. But I know that that's coming. It's just not in this season right now, and it's okay. So what I'm choosing to do is live in thriving and just focusing on my body, focusing on my health, focusing on my wellness, focusing on my business, focusing on my loved ones, focusing on, inner work, focus, taking advantage of opportunities that come my way, like just thriving in the single season. I don't care what, like, if you have a very strict Punjabi background, like you're full Punjabi and you have a very strict background with this, I'm here to release you from it. There's actually a lot of Punjabi women on TikTok that I've come across that get just wrecked. I'll probably get wrecked in the comments too, and I don't care. Well, nothing's gonna wreck me, by the way. But people are going to try it in the comments, and that's okay. But on these different women's TikToks, the comments are just so cruel. Like, you're done, you're washed up, you're trash, you must, there's something wrong with you. Like the crazy comments, and they're not going to go anywhere. Like, people are going to still believe that, and that's okay. But I'm just here to tell you that, like, the more you harp on it, the more you think that, like, something's wrong with you because you're not married, or the more you let the comments, like, try to penetrate you, the more you are letting it suck on your life force energy. And you could be inventing something. You could be the best best in the business in your career. You could be the best cook. You could be the best at makeup. You could be the best at your health. You could be you know, I don't know, healing generational trauma, like with you healing. Like, there's so many things that you can focus on, to where when you do have that partner, I just want to also say this: God placed the desire in your heart. It's because it's a movie trailer of your life. It's a movie trailer of your life. That's what's happening right now. It just hasn't materialized in a physical reality yet. So I actually recently learned this. I might butcher this a little bit, but desire means it means something like God's purpose, or like in God's eyes, or like God's will, or something like that. I gotta memorize what that means. But someone just said it in a podcast. I was like, oh my gosh, that is gold. It basically, like, God, basically a desire is placed in us from God. Like, it's God's way of communicating with us. Like, our hopes, our dreams, our desires, like, especially a desire, like, it's a yearning. It's like you're feeling called to it, right? So if that is in your desire to be married, like, you have reels, you know, movie trailers rewinding in your head of it. It's because it's already manifested. It's already happening in the spirit realm, and it's coming down in the physical material world, right? Even if you follow Sikhism, it's the same thing. God's divine timing, right? Being on the same frequency, you know, being in alignment, your soul contracts, your past reincarnated, you know, the clearing of, like, your karma, or experiencing the good of your karma. And sometimes, like, God might be like, you know what, this is your good karma. You get to soak up all this yummy good karma that you had in your past life, in your reincarnated other carnations. You get to experience that, and you get to have all of it for you during this incarnation, before you move on to the next season in your life of having a husband and pouring into children, right? So, like, it doesn't have to be, it's like, it's this automatic kind of negative connotation around not being married. And so I'm here to tell you, you're okay, you'll be fine, you're, like, thrive in this season, even if it feels like the timeline is closing in on you. At the end of the day, what can you really do about it, right? What can you do? You can sit, be depressed, I don't know, sulk and be in your sorrows, and just kind of, like, let your shine dim, and, like, let your radiance spill out of your you know, of your energy field. Let the depression and the stress suck your glow. Or you can pour into the glow, you can pour into the radiance, you can pour into all these amazing things. And when you look at a lot of women that are married and have they're very verbal now of, like, how they, you know, started their family life later in life, and the benefits of it, of, like, being more mature, being more prepared with the patience, with the kids, with the husband, 10 times better communication. The husband knows who he is in life. The husband's on his trajectory. Like, there's a lot of benefits. I'm not saying it's the only way. Look, God's timing is God's timing for you. So if you're supposed to be married at 20, 25, 26, 27, that's beautiful. But for the rest of us, that's just not the case, which I'm actually finding out on TikTok and on YouTube, that there's a lot of people, you know, that that it's just like it's just the modern day and age that we're living in. Who knows if it's bad, who knows if it's good, but I do know that the people that have manifested husbands and children later on in life, they talk about it very beautifully. I haven't heard one bad thing about it. I really haven't. It's almost like they don't have FOMO of like, oh man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have, started that business. I wish I would have got the body of my dreams before I got married. Now it's just too hard with the kids. Like, I wish I would have tried that. I wish I would have took that adventure. And it's like they did all of that already. So it's like they have nothing but blessings and abundance for the season that they're in, for the children that, that they're raising, right now. So that's what I want to tell you. Like, you're okay. You're okay. You're fine. Just continue to pray, continue to meditate, continue to level up, continue to try out new things. Just looking at my GPS here. Continue to try new things. Continue to manifest your dreams, your hopes, your desires. Continue to thrive, right? Continue to read, continue to grow, continue to learn new cooking dishes. Continue to purge in your life. If you need to get rid of old things in your life, like old clothes, old dusty things, like clean out your car, like go, if you look in the mirror and there's something that you're not happy about with your looks, go look. Perfect opportunity, right? You don't like your hair, you don't like your skin, right? Maybe your skin is, it's breaking out, or maybe the skin texture, maybe you want your hair to grow. Maybe just get 100% locked in and go on a 3-month journey of just like becoming an expert at your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something productive, like live, create, grow, like you don't just sit and wither away in your sorrows of feeling like you missed the boat, feeling like you did something wrong, feeling like it's bad karma, feeling like you're being punished for the rest of your life. So you think that just because you're 30, 31, 32, 33, 41, 46, let's just say, humans are comfortably living till 85, 90, 95. So you just think that because you're 40 years old and you're not married yet, that you're being punished and God wants you to be single for the next 45, 50 years of your life. It's just like, if that's what you want to believe, or if people are telling you that, then it's your choice to believe it or not. It's your choice to bring it into your energy field or not. So don't do that to yourself. Become a master at something. Become an expert at something, right? Pour into your femininity. Pour into your beauty. Pour into your teeth. Like, if you need to get your teeth hit, like if you need to level up, like with some things, like get whiten the teeth. Okay? I'm very happy with my teeth. Focus on your teeth health. Focus on, like, there's just things you can do instead of like withering away in your sorrows, in your pain, in your whatever, right? So I'm going to go to this wedding. I'm going to enjoy the food, enjoy the company. I'm super excited to see my little brother. And I'm just going to take the comments as they come and just be a warrior and just sit and just it's almost like, because I'm so comfortable with where I'm at in life and I know that I'm on God's time, I don't have a choice, right? So like, I've already come to terms with it, but other people just don't. So like, it's almost like I'm just going to sit and kind of like laugh on the inside of watching people squirm in their chair, of me like not being like, oh my God, you're not married. No, well, why? And me not being like, oh my God, like, I don't know, like, I just feel like God's punishing me, and like, I just like my past life karma, and I'm just like, just not deserving, and I'm just gonna wither because I'm just, I'm on God's time. They just sit there hella uncomfortable, and it's an awkward conversation, but I've just learned to like find the humor in it. So pray for me. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to enjoy this amazing food. I'm going to try to get like a little reel going of like the food. If you've never had Indian food before, it is my #1 favorite food on the planet, period. I think I'm happy I manifested as a half Punjabi person because God knew I was going to also be mainly plant-based in this lifetime. And the options of food when you're plant-based or vegan or vegetarian in Indian food is top tier. It's a great go-to if you either want to take a break from meat or you don't eat meat. There's so many delicious, tasty dishes, and you don't feel like you're missing out and like starving. So I'm gonna enjoy the food. Definitely like, definitely subscribe. Also tap in with the links down below for the things that I use for my protein, for my my morning routine with my RYZE Mushroom Coffee. Tap in with the link below. Catch me on, oh, also, I'm a certified life coach, so make sure to turn on your bell notification. I am offering coaching very, very soon. I'm just designing my package right now. So I love also answering your questions on live. I'm just blurting out free coaching and answering your questions. So definitely make sure to turn on the bell notification for when I'm on so you can ask me. It says, hey, oh, hi, Hallie, how are you? Hey, how do you balance that with low carb because there's so much beans and rice and Indian food? So this is the thing. There's so many angles I can go with this. I don't worry about the fact that beans and rice are carbs. What I do is I focus on the portion control, and then I focus on my workout, like my HIIT cardio. So for me, I get there's protein in beans, so I love that. Yes, it is also a carb as well, but I get the protein from the beans, and then the rice, especially like if you do brown rice, usually it's white rice, of course, like the basmati rice, but with the white rice, there's a little bit of nutrients in it, but it's not much depending on like the quality of rice. However, you do need carbs in order to like get to that next level. Like I have noticed that, like I've paid over $5,000 for almost a year of a program working with a master trainer training me. I understand now why you have to have carbs. Like before I'd be like, no, I don't care. I'm staying away from every carb, every piece of bread. And most people, you're just not going to be strong enough to be able to like lift the heavy weights and like really start to transform your body and like do recomposition. So for me, there is times where I just won't have the rice, by the way. So like today I'm going to have it, but like if I was on like a really, really tight regimen, I just wouldn't have the rice. I would have everything, and I wouldn't have the roti. I wouldn't have the naan, the tortillas. I wouldn't have that. I would just have all the veggie, like the dal and, you know, the aloo gopi and like all that. I would just have all the vegetable and like just have vegetables, and like that would just be my meal for the day. But because I'm going to be at a wedding, I'm going to enjoy. I don't care. So, yeah, I focus on portion control. Also the order of how I eat as well. So what I'll do is I'll have the vegetables first because it's fiber. Let that go down the system. So I won't go back and forth like, oh, vegetables, some naan, you know, or sometimes, you know, you eat it together, right? But like vegetables, rice, I'll eat all of the veggie first. And then your system is like setting itself up because the fiber's in there in your body, and then you can have the rice. It's not the funnest way to eat, to be honest, but I think once you get used to it, I've been finding that once I did research on that, I've been finding that actually is a really great method to take for your digestion. So I'll do that, and then it's kind of like it just doesn't matter because like my body takes the nutrients and like gets rid of the whatever it doesn't need anymore. And then along with my HIIT cardio. So I'm also going to do, after this wedding, I'm going to go to my kickboxing class this evening at 6 p.m. It's 1:31 right now. So I'm hoping that, I guess like the actual wedding, I wasn't able to make it to like the wedding part, but I'm going to the reception lunch. So hopefully I'm going to leave there by like 4:45 so I can make it to my kickboxing class. So that's what I do. Oh, I think your live is ending now. But yes, I am ending, but I will catch you on the next one. I love that you're tapping in with me. I know exactly who you are. Catch me on the next one. Turn on your bell notification. And what you guys can do to help me grow this channel is to share, is to like, and to comment. Even if you just do an emoji, it does trigger the algorithm. Like, it's just, we live in an algorithm world. It is what it is. And it's really for you guys. So if you feel like there's information in here that is helpful, there's probably someone else that this can be helpful for. So, you know, we're all trying to lift each other up and grow and evolve together. So definitely send my content to anyone else that you feel like can benefit from what I'm saying. All right, definitely tap in with me on the next one. Bye.